another year draws to a close almost. Thank you to all of you for making this year successful. To all our partners, supporters, funders, without whom none of this would ever be possible. Thank you to the British Library and the Kusuma Trust. They've made a lot of things possible, easy. They've got the summer weather from India, especially for you all to have a nice time. I hope you all enjoyed it and will thank them. The Aga Khan Foundation. I'm sorry, I know everyone's waiting to hear the lady on my left sing.
Hey, we both have long hair.
And the gent in the white hair speak. But I'll just take 2 minutes because, you know, some of this is so vital and without this, none of our life will ever be possible. So, of course, to the British Library and the Kusuma Trust and the British Library, their team led by Jamie, John, B, and literally all their team members, I mean, you know, everywhere. They really make this happen, and thank you from the bottom of our heart. To our tech team who've just been there standing, I don't see any of them ever sitting down, so please, I hope you all continue to have a back, and I hope you all get a day off. Thank you so much for all that you do for our photographers, our bloggers, all our volunteers, all of them have just been amazing. Our partners, the Aga Khan Foundation, Hawthornden Foundation, the Rothschild Foundation, DLF, British Council, University of York, Here and Now, Taj, our media partner, Wyon, booksellers, our bookshop, the lovely Vivian, and the Newham Books, Cobra Beer. I know I said volunteers, but I'm going to thank them again. Each one of them has been amazing. They've taken out time, and thank you so much. I know we thank the library staff, but I'm going to thank them again. They've really come out this weekend, so thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you, Brett. And now, for the finale event of the JLF London at British Library 2023. Skyfall in a Saree, the Usha Uthup journey. Usha Uthup is going to be in conversation with Sanjoy Roy, in case anyone missed that. The evergreen pop icon and playback singer, Padma Shri Usha Uthup, singing in more than 17 Indian and 8 international languages, has enthralled listeners for generations, like most of us already know. In conversation, actually, I'm going to leave all of it out. Should I just hand it over?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharupa.
See you all next year.
And a big round to all my colleagues at Teamwork Arts, led by Sharupa and Kritika and Ankur and Sam and Palak. Thank you all.
Yes.
And to the two of them, WD and NG.
That's at the end. Just before we started, in case you enjoyed this weekend and you're really interested in South Asian literature, next weekend there's the Pakistan Literature Festival. We have the iconic Amina here and Nadir, I think, somewhere in the room. I forget where it's being held, but you can go onto their website, the Pakistan International Literature Festival, and check the details, and please do book your tickets, and they'd love to receive you next weekend, and best wishes for next week's festival. Finally, we're all the same people. You know, and sadly, political boundaries keep us separated, but in the past, we've done a lot of work together, and we continue to celebrate writing from across the world and across South Asia. So thank you, Amina. Thank you so much. The icon. I mean, you know, wherever you go, whichever part of the world, we were in Spain last weekend, and even as she was performing against the cathedral in Valladolid, which is not Madrid, it's like an hour's fast train journey from Madrid, we get a call. Ermo, our colleague there from Casa de la India, gets a call from the nuns in the cloister saying, can she please dedicate a song to us in Malayalam? We can't come out, but we can hear her. That's the kind of incredible impact she has.
Thank you. Namaskar, namaskaram, Sat Sri Akal, Salam Alaikum to each and every one of you. Thank you, Sanjoy.
Usha, because this session has been named Skyfall, what better way to start than with Skyfall?
Yes, I know most of you who don't know me at all, they'd be really surprised that something in a sari would look like this and sound so different. So, but then most often I'm thankful for that because all the women in the audience always are my best friends because they know with a body and a face like mine, I'm no danger to their husbands. So here I am.
Listen, you have your kids here. Be nice.
I am so.
Where are you guys, by the way?
So happy. My whole family, the entire Uthup family is over here today. It's such a proud moment for me, really, to have all of you here. Thank you for being here. They've come all the way from Cheltenham. And nobody believed that my granddaughter suggested to me, Amma, why don't you, Umbuka, why don't you sing Skyfall? And that's how it happened with TED Talks and then with Ink Talks. And then now it's become a JLF favorite, really. And I don't see Mr. William here.
That's okay.
No, it's not okay. We need him here.
Oh,
I've seen
him.
yeah, okay. I need everyone, yeah. you took so much of time talking.
Go for it.
Okay. That's the sad thing. Everybody talks such a lot when I'm singing, and then that's no fun. Okay, Skyfall. Here's Skyfall in a sari. And more track, please. Can I have some more track? This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt each moment, so overdue I am. Swept away I'm stolen. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all together at Skyfall. At Skyfall. Skyfall is where we start. 1,000 miles and poles apart, where worlds collide and days are dark. You may have my number, you can take my name, never have my heart. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall, face it all together at Skyfall. Skyfall in a sari. Thank you, JLF. Thank you, Rich Life. I go. What you see, I see. I know I'll never be me without the security of your loving arms, keeping me from harm. Put your hand in my hand and we'll stand. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall. Face it all together. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand tall. Face it all together at Skyfall. At Skyfall. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Usha Uthup, 5 decades of singing. What was your first concert? And you have an unusual voice. It's not quite the Bollywood
No.
kind of voice. So what was your first concert and who sort of put you out there and discovered you?
My first concert, actually, not a concert, a nightclub appearance. I am basically a nightclub singer. And it was in Madras. And it was in a small little place called Nine Gems. My aunt took us out for a treat. And though I come from Bombay, actually, South Indian, nice Madrasi, Nalla Tamil, Malayalam. Yeah, born and brought up in Bombay. And we went to Madras for a vacation. And my aunt said to me, why don't you get up and sing? She knew I was quite a Komali, which means a fun type of person, yeah? And so she said, why don't you get up and sing? And I'm all ready for a challenge. And she asked me, would I sing with the band that was there? There was a small little band there, just a 3-piece. In those days, we never knew what was stereo. And so I'm truly the original unplugged queen. Really? I mean, people make a big thing about being unplugged. And, I've been doing it for 53 years now. And just a small little band. And the first song I sang was, never know how much I love you. You never know how much I care. When you touch, you give me fever. You give him a fever that's so hard to bear. You give him a fever. And everybody was really shocked because I was in a sari and I looked quite exactly like this. Not exactly. A couple of kilos here and there, mostly there. Yeah. But yes, it went off really marvelously. And after the first song, they clapped. And I thought, wow, they really like it. And I sang and sang, and I was offered a contract for a week over there. And yes, it was just marvelous. At the end of the week, they gave me a sari as a payment, which was really marvelous. And after that, that was my first one.
All you sisters have this incredible voice, and you've sung together. But you're the one who really pursued this career as a singer, and you made nightclubs sexy. Now, for a Tambram woman, I mean, typically if you went to a nightclub and, yo, what you're doing. Was there any challenges? Did the parents sort of...
No, not really. I don't have a hard luck story to give, and I don't make sensational copy, really, which I tell all my interviewers. I think it was the timing that I came on, It was the, privilege and prerogative of the so-called Anglo-Indian in their black numbers who would come up and sing and look really marvelous with short blonde hair. It was a different kind of world. And there I came on with a sari looking like the girl next door, cleanly scrubbed. And, they didn't think, I think it became a place, the nightclub became a place which was then frequented again by families, by, as I said, by women and their families. Before that, only in India especially, only men went to nightclubs. God knows why, I think it was, yeah. And then soon the wives also thought I was okay and, regular. And I wasn't looking at their men, really. So I don't know if they were looking at me.
Except in this case for one man, but we'll come to that a little later.
Okay.
And from there back to Bombay, back home, and then what happens?
In Bombay, I sang in a little place called The Little Hut, actually, in the restaurant, hotel, I don't know if you remember, called Ritz Hotel. Yeah, and I was singing over there. And from there, it became really, I mean, I got a letter from Calcutta. In those days, there was no phones and things like that. It was just written a letter in the blue inland letter. And Uncle Josh, Mr. Joshua and Puri were the owners. They asked me whether I'd come to Calcutta and sing in Calcutta. And, ooh, I couldn't believe it. And I wrote back and I said, I'd love to come to Calcutta, but Uncle Josh, Mr. Joshua, I don't know how to wear a frock. Okay, do you remember the word frock ever? Yeah. Crazy, we called it frock. And he said, no, we want you just the way you are. Just come the way you are. I think by word of mouth, I think is more powerful. You know, there was no electronic media, and it was just by word of mouth that everybody said there's this Madrasi girl singing in. I taking nice angles. Okay, I'll give you a good pose.
But the interesting thing is that the first time you were part of your school choir, the sister there sort of said, you know, you step out. You have no idea.
You step out. They told me, Miss Davidson, she told me, get out of my class, music class, because she couldn't fit me in the choir. You know, while everybody's saying, Allegro si felice. They couldn't put me in anywhere because I have such a bass voice. So, but I was happy playing the clappers and playing the triangle or whatever it was. Everybody knew that I was a happy person, really. And truly, it made it happen that I went to Calcutta, and that's where all the big stuff happened.
You set Park Street on fire. I mean, Trinkers was the place to go to.
Yes.
Not just in Calcutta, but people came from across the country to listen to you at Trinkers.
Yes, everybody. I mean, even here today, I've met so many people in JLF in the past few days where people have told me that they heard me in 1954. I was still in school at that time, yeah. 1954 in Trinkers, but I don't argue with them and I say, yeah, it's okay. Before I used to clarify and say no, at that time I was in school, but then now I don't clarify, I just say yes, thank you. And so people have heard me, and everywhere they say that Trinkers and Doordarshan, you know, even today people tell me that that black and white television that they had on New Year's Eve, they still remember my doing the New Year show for Doordarshan. It's like BBC, for those of you who don't know, yeah.
And it was like you were saying just now about not making eyes at people in the nightclub, but there was this particular gentleman who was making eyes at you.
I don't know because he was so reserved, but the minute he walked in, and I was really thrilled, you know, when after the show, that was the only scandal I had, and I married him. Yeah. He came into the nightclub and he heard me sing, and you know, the front side seats, the ringside seat, when they saw me and somebody announced me, you could almost hear them say, oh God, what's this Amma going to sing? And then when I started singing, they would do, like, you know, they were quite shocked that this voice could emanate from this kind of a body. And after the show was over, Johnny, my husband, he wasn't my husband then, he came up to me and he said, actually, you were super tonight, something like the way Shashi Tharoor talks, but it was a long time. It was a long time ago. He said to me, you were super tonight. Will you sing Matilda for me? And I heard, me, oh, complete romantic. Of course, I'm dying to sing for you. And, you know, I was all ready to lay myself out for him. Oh, that's a lie, because I didn't even know what it was at that time, okay?
But you waited for him to come back the next weekend.
Yeah, and he didn't come back.
And you prepared the song.
I rehearsed the song, and I sang for him. And I sang, Matilda, sing a little louder, Matilda. Matilda, she take me money and run to Venezuela. Everybody.
Matilda.
Sing a little louder.
Matilda.
Everybody. She take me money and run to Venezuela. And this was one of the songs as I sang. And as the relationship grew, I sang a song for him. As I waited and waited for him to come by the door. And he entered and I was singing, Sunny, one so true, I love you. And then after the verse, I saw him coming in and I said, Johnny, one so true, I love you. And I thought I'd be so clever, you know. Like, I mean, I really thought it was something fantastic. And I told him after the show, did you like the way I used your name in the song? He looked at me and he said, I don't particularly relish my name being spoken in public. Ni poda. I couldn't say that then. So you see.
But Usha, what did he say to your husband on that night, on that first?
He said, I don't know about you, but I'm in love with your wife.
And what did your husband then say?
He came back home and he asked me, is that true? And I said, yes, it is true. I think there's a thing about being honest and being truthful in your profession as well as in your personal life that makes it all happen well and happy.
Thereon, of course, it was a wonderful relationship, and you got requests from Bollywood, and you were one of the first people who didn't have a surili or a
Pure voice.
pure young voice.
No, not young voice. It was you have to be pure, you know, to get. And all the ladies in the movies like Madhubala, Meena Kumari, Vaijayanti Mala, they all had to be so pure. Never mind what they were doing later on. But my voice just didn't seem to fit them. And, you know, it was only Lataji Mangeshkar and Asha Bhosle, such fantastic singers. And they all got the opportunity. But I'm a happy person, as I said. I wasn't frustrated by that. All the bad girls in the movies got my songs. And why don't you clap? Can you imagine me being a bad girl? Look at my sleeves. I'm covered up all over the place. I don't know how anybody can say I was a bad girl. I'm very, very good, believe me.
So as a good girl, will you give us a little Bollywood flavor?
Yes, but I want to say how that happened, actually.
Yes.
You know, I believe there was a lovely Shakespeare wala session today, unfortunately, which I missed. But for James Ivory and Ismail Merchant, I did a lovely movie called Bombay Talkie. In which I sang. It was, of course, Jennifer Kendall, absolutely brilliant. We wrote the lyrics for the song, and Shankarji Jaikishan did the music, and we had a great time. But before that, I was already singing in Delhi at the Oberoi Intercontinental, where Devanand Saab said, will you sing in my project? And I did Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. All of them, yeah. So that was really quite amazing. It was quite amazing because I didn't sing that originally. Asha Bhosle got the song finally, but who cares? Dane dane pe likha hai khane wale ka naam, aur gaane gaane pe likha hai gaane wale ka naam, right? And for me, I don't care. I mean, you know, everybody thinks that I sang the song, so I don't clarify. But I did sing Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, so that was just superb. That's it. And of course, I did so many songs in between. But there was one song which I just did recently for Shankar Mahadevan. And I believe that in Valladolid, while we were there, you had the person who actually got involved with the Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Yes.
Yeah? So shall I do that song
Yes.
for you? Senorita. Okay, let's go. Senorita. This is a beautiful song, actually. And if you feel like dancing or anything, just do that. Oh.
I'm not sure about health and safety here, so...
You mean, I need lots of volume for this, please. I can't hear. But people, yeah, but started with the volume because this, I need to count, otherwise it's difficult. Oh, count. I mean, I can count, like I can.
Occasionally.
You know? No, I don't even say, if you know, when I do a sound check, I never say 1, 2, 3, and I never say check, because I say, rather give me in cash.
Go for it.
¿Quién eres tú? ¿Dónde has estado? He removido cielo, terreno, te encontré. Y llega hoy, tan de repente, y da sentido a toda mi vida y con tu querer. No me समझा, no me जाना, जो भी तुमने मुझसे कहा है señorita, मगर फिर भी न जाने क्यों मुझे सुन के अच्छा लगा है señorita. No desvíe la mirada, quédate cerca de mí. मुझको बाहों में तुम घेरो, समझी ना señorita. चाहत के दो पल भी मिल पाए, दुनिया में ये भी कम है क्या? दो पल को तो आओ खो जाए, भूले हम होता गम है क्या señorita? Sono, sono señorita, कहते हैं हम क्या? Jamás podré interpretar el sentido de las palabras que me dedicas, por el calor de tu mirar me hace sentir como la más bella señorita. निगाहों से कई अरमानों की दास्तां है señorita. ये चाहत की मोहब्बत की सारी दुनिया में एक ही जुबान है señorita. मुझसे अब नजर न फेरो, आओ पास तुम मेरे, मुझको बाहों में तुम घेरो, समझी ना señorita. चाहत के दो पल भी मिल पाए, दुनिया में ये भी कम है क्या? दो पल को तो आओ खो जाए, भूले हम होता गम है क्या señorita? सुनो सुनो señorita, कहते हैं हम क्या? जो भी पल बीता ए señorita, हर पल तुमने है दिल जीता, बस इतनी सी तो बात है. No desvíe la mirada, quédate cerca de mí, मुझको बाहों में तुम घेरो, समझी ना señorita. चाहत के दो पल भी मिल पाए, दुनिया में ये भी कम है क्या? दो पल को तो आओ खो जाए, भूले हम होता गम है क्या? चाहत के दो पल भी मिल पाए, दुनिया में ये भी कम है क्या? दो पल को तो आओ खो जाए, भूले हम होता गम है क्या?
What an audience, my God. It's just fantastic.
Usha, what is it about Bollywood and Hindi film songs that really cuts across all kinds of countries, etc.? Why is it so popular?
I think as long as there are unreal amounts of money being pumped into Bollywood, it really gets more popular than the other kind. So everybody is always asking me so many questions is, they think I'm making loads of money with royalty and this and that, but I'm so happy if people just get a chance to, or I get a chance to sing to people, which is why I'm so truly, truly desperate to be with all of you and so happy to say that, yeah, it doesn't matter the royalty and this and that and everything. Yeah, you want to clap your hand, just clap. That's okay. Don't be shy. Yeah. So I think why it becomes so popular is because, the whole marketing system is so different. It's so different from any, used to call it private recordings in India. What we mean is like, say, for example, ghazals and bhajans or classical music, all are niche audiences, you see. But Bollywood, I think, has gone into everybody because it's so in your face now. You can have it on television, you can have it on radio, you've got it on Spotify, you've got it in all those cool and swag things that you all talk about. Insta, what is it called? Insta?
TikTok.
TikTok, all sorts of things. So, that's why I think it becomes so popular.
You know, when you started recording, you used to go from studio to studio because that's where they recorded with very rudimentary equipment till Western Outdoor started. And then in Calcutta, you realized that this wasn't enough and you wanted to really excel in ensuring that the way that your voice was recorded was the best.
Absolutely. And more than anything else, you know, at that time there was only HMV. And of course, EMI in India. They had the, monopoly for all kinds of, every music that you could think of was only with HMV. And so it was very difficult to break and cut across and, you know, make your own records. I'm talking about 1969. So when I decided that, you know, this is not the way I want to have the recording done. Like they would, HMV would insist on having drums on one side and bass guitar on one side and guitar somewhere else, you know, in the center. But for me, it was rhythm section, and I had a whole different idea because I was listening to more Western music. And I think that influence made me feel that, no, I have to do something on my own. And that's how I started my own studio.
And in fact, in Calcutta, wearing your practical hat, because you have a practical hat as well, you started actually creating instruments for recording, which improved the way sound was captured.
Absolutely. And I tried my very level best to get the best kind of equipment. The only thing is, in Calcutta, if anybody had money, then they would go off to Bombay. I tried to keep the whole advertising industry within ourselves in Bengal, in India, in Calcutta, but it just didn't happen. When people had money, they wanted to go to Bombay. But some of the things that I really created, or not I, the advertising agencies, maybe you were there as well, and maybe Preeta was there.
I'm 32, just for the record.
How many?
32.
Okay. Look, I was known as, 32 what?
Years.
Yes, okay. You're such a young man anyway. So I was one of the, they used to call me the jingle queen because remember Miss Davidson threw me out of class, but my pronunciation was very good. And I insisted on, pronouncing each word. The last consonant was very important. I didn't just say lie, I said life. And I said, like, and, things like that. So the jingle world, the advertising world, always wanted me to sing the jingles for them because it was very clear. So I'm not sure how many of you know that there used to be a jingle called, Itne ujle kapde kiska hai kamal tino pal. Okay, that was mine. That was mine. And then there was another one which...
Nescafe.
Yeah, the Nescafe one. It went, daytime dreaming, evening scheming to get away. But you can come alive your special way. To please yourself and everyone else till the next mug comes your way. It's the come alive taste of Nescafe.
Oh, don't use the word. They haven't sponsored anything.
Oh, they haven't sponsored.
Take it back.
We get it. And then more recently, I'm sure most of you have heard this, but you probably don't know. We've done about loads and loads of jingle, but one which Suresh Malik, I must say this especially because all of you know about him. Well, he was a wizard, absolutely. He used to come into the studio and say, Usha, think deep and hard and tell me, what do you do when you have a cough? And he said, don't use words. I don't want to listen to any words. He went out, had a drink, came back, and he said, did you think deep and hard? And I said, yes. He said, what happens to your throat? And I said, it goes, kitch, kitch. So we used that word. And then he said, no, what happens to your throat, actually? So I said, and he said, that's what I want. So it became, gale mein kitch, kitch, gale mein kya karoon? Vicks ki goli lo, kitch, kitch dur karo.
Preeta, have they paid up? But more important, one of the most incredible things you've done is, of course, invented all of this for recording, but you also set up an association to help the recordists and the engineers.
Yes, it's called Stagecraft. And you know what? Nobody, they all come up and take awards, all the film stars and everybody, and the Oscar goes, so beautiful, Miss India, what would you do if you were, and they say, we'd do Mother Teresa. And then, nobody bothers to say thank you to the technicians, who put up all these things that are put up on the stage. They may help you sound better. They make you look better, the makeup artists. So I have a little organization called Stagecraft where we award only the technicians, all the people. So I wish I could do that here as well with all the camera people. And nobody ever says thank you to them, really. And I'm going to say something now, so you better be prepared for that. Everybody sees all those films. There's not even one little clipping of mine.
Needy.
There was? Whoa, lovely. Yeah. So for me, that was very, very important that I was able to say thank you right from the beginning to all the musicians and, without the good musicians, all the tracks that I ever use in all the JLF shows that I've done have all been done specially for the shows. And they're all from Calcutta, some of them who are from Bombay as well, and all the vocal backings that they do. And I've done some of my own vocal backings, especially some girls are such brilliant singers, even the men, who've added to my tracks. So if you don't say thank you to all of them, then it becomes really sad. And it's okay, they get paid, but you can't buy their soul, really.
But in all of this, like you said, Gale Mein, it's really the words, it's the lyrics that are absolutely vital. And is that what attracts you to a particular song or the way that you create music?
Oh, that's so fantastic that you would ask me. I would, yes, definitely. I think lyrics mean a whole lot to me. And I think lyrics is for everybody. I think the melody attracts you first. It's the heartbeat that attracts you first. And then when you listen to the song, then, it's really beautiful. I think I'd like to dedicate words. Ladies and gentlemen, words. Will you sing for me?
Yeah.
Words? Will you sing with me? Everybody knows the song. But this one is particularly dedicated, of course, to JLF and the British Library, but more so to the person we all admire so much, Shashi Tharoor. Words. Take a bow. Come on. Love you. Smile, an everlasting smile. A smile can bring you near to me. Don't ever let me find you gone, 'cause that would bring a tear to me. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a brand new story now, my Lord. You think that I don't even mean a single word I say. Words and words are all I have to take your heart away. Please do sing, yeah? Walk in everlasting words and dedicate them all to me. And I will give you all my life. I'm here if you should call to me. Sing, you think. You think that I don't even mean a single word I say. And words are all I have to take your heart away. That happens twice, so sing it one more time. It's only words to take your heart away. Now I know you want to do Frank Sinatra type da 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 da. Da 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 da. Nice and loud. I love you all, really. Da 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 da. This world has lost its glory. Let's start a brand new story. take your heart away. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. We do it one more time. Retard. It's only, and words are all I have to take your heart away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know I sang it so well. Yeah, everybody knows when they've done a good job.
Usha, words took you to Cochin. And in many ways, you conquered the South while you were there because you didn't want to just be stuck as a housewife of a boxwala. And you traveled city to city, town to town, and created a whole new circuit.
Actually, yes. In Cochin, it was absolutely marvelous because we lived in this big tea house, you know. When I say tea house, I mean my husband was working for tea. So we had this huge big mansion, and Fort Cochin is like in a time warp. You know, even now you go there, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. It's just fantastic for me. Yeah. And I think from there I traveled, I did the entire South. I mean, all the cities, and I've done really in the internal, interiors of the place. And then from there on, I learned more and more languages. I did not Telugu. I did Telugu. I did Huttidare, Kannada. Then I did Tamil, of course. Tamil to paadavanu illaya. பாடலைன்னா எப்படி இருக்கும்? And then of course Ende Keralam Etra Sundaram. Lots of Malayalis here. Ende Keralam Etra Sundaram. ജനിച്ചതെങ്ങോ എങ്കിൽ കൂടി വളർത്തു മകളായി ഞാൻ ഹിന്ദുവും ക്രിസ്ത്യനും മുസൽമാനും എൻ്റെ സഹോദരനായി ഇവിടെ എൻ്റെ സഹോദരനായി everybody go എൻ്റെ കേരളം.
Ende Keralam.
Oh, I love you. You know what? South Indian, it's so easy. You put an AM at the end and it becomes... and if you say okay, you put a W, it becomes Tamil. So, okay nu sollano, okay?
But Usha, while you were in Cochin, you also you met with the Adigays and the Jewish community,
Yes.
which was this really small community.
Fantastic
with that beautiful sort of chapel that they had, as well as their food, and they became your friends, and you also took from their music.
I took a lot from their music, of course I did. I mean, that I learned actually in Calcutta itself, Havana Gila, which I did. Yeah, it was really amazing. But the thing about Kerala is really, that's the one place you really never ever, especially at the time when I was there, you really couldn't make out religions, As my husband would always say, yeah, really. My husband would always say, if you had a church, just next to it you had a mosque, then you had a temple, then you had a kalli shop. Kalli shop means tardy shop, is that nanna wheel. Nanna adichu wheel, I'm sure Mr. Tharoor doesn't know. Nalla adicha wheel. I mean, he was so drunk he became like a wheel. Yeah.
Usha, can we imagine a world that doesn't have these kind of barriers and boundaries, where music really is what makes people feel empathy?
Yeah, and this is where I learned it actually, in Kerala, where really there was absolutely no barriers, nothing, because the way they dressed, the way they spoke, the way they ate, everything was just so universal, and they were just so united. They still are, and I hope it remains that way, because I keep saying it truly is God's own country. And yes, wherever we went, wherever we go in India, I felt that there were absolutely no barriers, because I've done the interiors of Bihar, I've done interiors of Assam, where any asked me to the Kimurga, Keneba. I mean, it was just fantastic, the way, India was so diverse and yet so united. Can we have a hand if a politician like him had to say it? Everybody clap for him.
Imagine. We're living in very stressful times. Climate crisis is around us during JLF. We've had a number of sessions on it, and it's really dire. Could we imagine a different world? And will you sing?
Yes.
Imagine.
I think we were all very, very influenced by the Beatles, right? And who ever thought that that song would become so, so relevant even today? In fact, I keep thinking to myself, why couldn't we write a song like that now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is another one for you to sing. Imagine. Okay. Sing with me. Yes. Whoever really thought that? You know, at the time when the Beatles came on, people didn't appreciate them. They said, "Innana ingana with a hair like this. Oh, not nice." And look at them later. Sumit Ramchandran has played the guitar. No heaven, it's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Sing. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Oh, oh, oh. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us, sing the last line, and the world will live as one. All my musicians, Amol Roy, Topal Roy Chowdhury, Shur, Nepal Shaw, for all this to buy. They put this music together, and Gautam Basu has recorded the whole thing, especially for us. And when I get an opportunity to be able to say to all of you, the music really brings the people together. Really, doesn't matter the language. Imagine possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Oh, oh, oh. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. May I hear your voices, everybody? I hope someday that you will join us. Live as one. Thank you.
I'm going to open it up to the house in a second, but Usha, you've lived life on your own terms. whether it was in your marriage, in your house, in your family, in your music, and you never stepped back. You never stepped back from a challenge. And even now, every time we speak, you're like,
Ready.
I'm ready. When am I going to do the next concert? What keeps you going?
I think it's the audiences. I think it's all the people who've given me so much of, and my family, they've given me so much of support. First, the family, my audiences, my musicians, and people like you, really. It's so important. And all of you have loved me just the way I am. At least I think you do. So this one, may I sing a song?
Let me ask you one quick question before you sing that song. Okay, sing the song, sing the song. I was just going to say, before she came for this tour, Sunny, her son's not been well in dialysis, and there was a thing of whether she could make this trip, and I just wanted her to thank her for taking that step and saying, I'm going to come, he'll be fine, they'll heal together. Thank you.
For all of you, I think I'd like to say that the most important thing in life really is make compromises, but don't lose yourself in that. Believe in yourself, and that's the most important thing. We all go through, everybody has a cross to bear. And as I said, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं, ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है. That's true.
I think you'll need to translate that.
Yes.
You can.
It means don't go around telling God that, your troubles, you've got so many troubles. Tell your troubles, your God is much bigger than that. We have Mitudi. Mitudi, thank you for being here. And your lovely daughter and your husband, thank you for being here. And each and every one of you, Namita Di has gone through we all have our crosses to bear, everybody. But it depends on how well you are able to.
So what's the song?
My song. My song is My Way. Okay. And to be able to do it in a sari for 54 years. Thank you. It's great.
And the bindi with the king.
Bindi and my sneakers. My family. And now the end is near, and I must face the final curtain. My friends, I'll state my case, I'll say it clear, for of this I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, but much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, they're too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step upon the byway, but much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall. I did it my way. I has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he really feels. And are the words of one who needs. The record shows I took the blows. I did it my Thank you.
Let's take some questions from the audience. Any questions? Anybody? Right here.
Thank you.
And one from there. Let's take them in clusters. So one then there. Yeah, go ahead. Keep them short so we can get some more.
Sure. Namaste, Usha ji. Thank you very much for that wonderful session. It's so, surreal that looking at you here, sitting here. I've always watched you on television since my childhood. Hearing about your son, I'm very sorry, but more power to you and more power to your family, and everything goes better with you. Just a small request. I've always heard you singing Rambaho. So if we can...
We'll park that. Next
without
question.
that,
Yeah.
you can't go, please. Thank you.
At the back. Yeah, and we needed to sing a little bit more maybe at the end. We've run out of time, so quickly. Yeah.
Always when my show comes, then you just out of time.
Rapidly.
Run out of time, run out.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
ഹലോ ഉഷാജി നമസ്കാരം
നമസ്കാരം.
എനിക്ക് ഒരു ചെറിയ ഫേവർ ചെയ്യോ ഒരു മലയാളം സോങ് ഫുൾ ആയിട്ടൊന്ന് പാട്ട്
ഫുള്ളായിട്ട് പാടുവോ? ഇവിടെ ടൈം
നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടിട്ട് താങ്ക് യു ടൈം ഉണ്ടാക്കൂ നമ്മൾ ടൈം ഉണ്ടാക്കാലോ നമുക്ക് ടൈം ഉണ്ടാക്കാം
Okay, one of the question at the back and then Vipul in front. No. We'll be here all night. The lady in the white. Right at the back. Secret behind your energy.
You, and only you.
Come back.
I won't be able to do it without you.
Vipul.
Vipul, you took nice photos, no?
Ushaji, there have been so many covers. Which is your own favorite song, which you have written, or which?
No, everybody doesn't have to be like
doesn't
Stevie
have to,
Wonder.
but is
I mean,
there
I
one?
don't write
Is there
my own
one?
music because in India it was different. If when I started, I wrote a lot of songs. I've written a lot of songs, but if there was no buying power in those days. So if there was an LP which cost 3 rupees 50 paisa, they would rather buy a known artist like, say, Cliff Richard or Beatles or Elvis Presley, because they knew that they could listen to Usha Uthup anyway. So you see, the whole system in India was totally different. That's why I didn't have so many originals which are released. But if you say original, Rambaho is original, Hare Rama is original, Shan is original, Tu Mujhe Jaan Se Bhi Pyara. All my songs are original, written by somebody else for me, like most people.
There was one question here.
Thank you so much, Usha ji. This has just been an absolute honor. I first heard you perform live in Cochin 25 years ago. And to hear you perform and speak today live in person has been amazing. But it's not enough. When are you doing a London concert, a proper London concert for us?
Ask him quickly.
Sanjoy, come on, we've got to get all our promoters involved in this. We know so many promoters here. We have to bring Usha.
Show her the money, she'll be happy.
Show the money.
Good one.
The last one at the back.
Show her the money, I believe.
Show her the money. Yeah.
Oh,
It costs money. Love.
where's the... Never mind.
Okay, so I think that's it. So did you want to do a little Malayalam and
No, Malayalam, I don't have a track now. I just sang a little bit for you.
maybe a line?
Okay, I'll sing you another song in Malayalam which goes നെഞ്ചിലുള്ളിൽ നീയാണ് കണ്ണിൽ മുന്നിൽ നീയാണ് കണ്ണടച്ചാൽ നീയാണ് JLF ഫാത്തിമ That was for you. Okay.
Thank you. So we're going to
It's by Tajuddin.
We'll end with thank you for the music. So just to, on behalf of all of us, we've run out of time. You're going to do Rambaho in a second. But I'm going to leave the stage, leave it to her to end this evening, just to say a big thank you to all our audiences who've continued to come and support the festival. On behalf of Namita Gokhale, William Dalrymple, and all my colleagues, a big thank you to all the writers who've been here with us. To the British Library and all our technicians and our crew and our volunteers and all of you who made this possible. Remember, where's B? B, remember, do follow us online. It is always a challenge to make any festival possible. So whenever you have an idea of how you can support the festival, please send it to us and do support us. Also come out to the main Jaipur Literature Festival, which is the mothership. Next year's dates are 1st to the 5th of February. You can book your space online. Look forward to seeing you all, if not in Jaipur or America or wherever, back here at the British Library next June. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Usha Uthup.
How much you talk? You took all my time.
Over to you.
Okay, can I do Rambaho?
Do Rambaho and then do
Okay.
Robin.
All right, especially... Oh! I got the stage. He gave me time. Okay, I'm so excited about that. I'm really, really excited. Okay, you wanted to listen to Rambaho, right? So before that, let me say, जो भी करते हैं शान से करते नहीं तो करते ही नहीं, right? Ladies and gentlemen, शान से. This is what it's all. Quickly. And one more for... Get your hands, everybody. Come on, come on, come on. That's the way. Way. Namita Di. It's about my track. दोस्तों से प्यार किया, दुश्मनों से भी प्यार किया, जो भी किया हमने किया शान से दोस्तों से प्यार किया, दुश्मनों से भी प्यार किया, जो भी किया हमने किया Ramba ho 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 ho, samba ho 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 ho, ramba ho 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 ho, samba ho 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 ho, shabada shabada, hey मैं गाऊं please oh ho बोलिए जितनी तुम प्यार से जी लोगे उतनी ही जिंदगी रंबा हो संबा हो शब्द हे मैं गाऊं प्लीज हो बोलिए जितनी तुम प्यार से जी लोगे उतनी ही जिंदगी रंबा हो संबा हो Say with me now, 1 and 2
soya Magadire mug Carnaval soboya Rambaho, Sambaho, Rambaho, Sambaho. Shabada, shabada. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to close the session with saying, no, you be, okay, just the introduction of Darling, please, can we have? See, I'm ready to sing, but the bosses don't want me to sing. What can I do? No, ouch. आंखों से आंखें चार करने दो रुको ना मुझको प्यार करने दो डार्लिंग आंखों से आंखें चार करने दो रुको ना मुझको प्यार करने दो करने दो रुको ना मुझको प्यार करने दो पीके थे बहारा पीछे जाने यारा बुलबुलों तो अभी इंतजार करने दो डार्लिंग आंखों से आंखें चार करने दो. Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to each and everybody. Before this, may I just give, I had given a little token to everybody, but I didn't find Mr. Laughing Dalrymple that time. Let's have a big hand, please. And so we say, Rinta, just pick this up. Thank you so much to each and every one of you, and thank you for the music. This is a JLF special, ladies and gentlemen. Special. Love you. So will we sing thank you for the music together? Do we get somebody to just help with this stand? She can't do it. This is Rinta. She's single, by the way. Put it up. Okay, here it is for all of you. I'd like to say thank you to Rinta, as also to Samaresh, and the people who have done... Oh, she took it. Wait, I need the lyrics. Hello, sir. I just want it higher. Okay, doesn't matter. Otherwise, I have to sit and sing it. Okay. Okay. But then, in case they applaud, then I must stand and say thank you. Then I must say thank you. Okay, no, I'll stand. Okay, let's go. I can't see, it's so small. Let's go quickly. He said the security is standing outside. In Tamil. Okay, let's go. I'm nothing special. In fact, I'm a bit of a bore. If I tell a joke, you've probably heard it before. But I have a talent, a wonderful thing, 'cause everyone listens when I start to sing. I'm so grateful and proud. All I want is to sing it out loud. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. Mother says I was a dancer before I could walk. She says I began to sing long before I could talk. And I've often wondered, how did it all start? Who found out that nothing could capture a heart like a melody can? Well, whoever it was, I'm a fan. So I say thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. I've been so lucky. I am the girl with dark brown hair. I want to sing it out to everybody. What a joy, what a life, what a chance. Thank you for the music, the songs I'm singing. Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. So I say thank you for the music, for giving